Political appointment in Nigeria has continued to generate controversy among Nigerians who accuse the head of government of marginalization and disregard for federal character policy. In 2015, President Buhari swore that he belongs to everybody but to nobody. But today, many Nigerians believe he has not lived up to his promise. Nigeria is a diverse country comprising multi-ethnic groups in the north and the south. Those who drafted the constitution recognized this diversity, and so they enacted the Federal Character Commission Act. The act is supposed to promote, monitor, and enforce compliance with the principles of the proportional sharing of all bureaucratic, economic, media, and political posts at all levels of government. But this same Federal Character Act is observed in breach under President Buhari administration and with a detached temperament. According to available records, Southeast and South-South have marginal representation during Buhari's government, while the North takes majority appointment. Despite public condemnation and request, Buhari, in an interview on BBC Hausa in 2015, explained that he only appoints people he could trust and who had worked with him for years. He also said the constitution allows him complete control over his closest officials' choice and made it clear that the appointment also served as a reward for those who remained loyal to him for years, who refused to be lured by power or material wealth. Today, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu JCFR has made a first set of appointment as the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Following this, groups and political robbers have begun to lobby for juicy appointment in the Tinubu administration. However, it's pertinent to state here that no politician, pressure group, or political group is worth dying for. Without people, Nigeria is just a 7-letter word, because at the end of the day, people would always bend to their desire to satisfy their personal needs first before thinking about others. Invariably, the president has been advised by religious groups in Nigeria to take proactive stance in ensuring that appointments reflect the diversity of Nigeria and that the best individuals are selected for positions that will help to stabilize his government.
The government. You're welcome back. We want to stabilize the government. And in stabilizing the government, the appointments of those or the people that will work with anybody really matters. And that's why we want to look at that of Tinubu today. His appointments so far, are they elements of stabilizing the government? But before I go on, let me quickly read one or two text messages that have come in. But my problem, okay then, this person has his name. I'll quickly read this one. I welcome the idea of removal of subsidy, fuel subsidy. And this one is from Undu, Ramojodubega. Undu says, I welcome the idea of removal of the subsidy, fuel subsidy. It will be used to improve our refineries and also improve our power supply. Because if there's steady light, many will not need much fuel. And if the refineries are functioning, the fuel price will come to 250 to 350 soon. I agree with you, my brother, Ndu. This person did not put his name there, but I would just allow it because of what he said, or she said. To me, it's okay. And he said, the best palliative government should provide is to ensure that our abandoned local refineries in the country are fixed to make petroleum products available to us instead of importing. No, don't mix it up. That's not the, please look at it. The number to send the message to is not that one today. So that people don't just keep on sending messages to the wrong number. The number to send, please, is 070-577-07376. Please, please, and don't call the number. Please, don't call the number. Don't call me. Please, don't call me. Please, it's text message. Don't call. I told you I'll do something with your number. I'll do something with your number. Don't call me, please. Just send the text to the number 070-577-07376. Please, it's on the screen now, and that's what you should do. Then the other text before we go on is from Kingsley Phillips, and I like his text too. He said, "We are all going to sacrifice for the miscomfort." Don't call me, please. Don't call me, please. We are going to sacrifice for our miscomfort, for the comfort of the misrule of our politician. No problem. But I hope they understand and do this right this time around. Corruption must be killed for us to enjoy the benefit of our sacrifice. Indeed, we are going through the pain of some people's activities. The only way that can make this sacrifice to be worthwhile is that this government must kill corruption frontally. As government has faced the issue of fuel subsidy, it must face the issue of corruption too. Then that's why we'll know that, yes, everything will be done right. My brother, can you react to the text messages?
Yes, like I said in my opening speech, that oil sector, oil industry in Nigeria has been characterized with corruption and secrecy. A lot of things are going unnoticed, undetected, going by even the number of oil we consume to the one we sell, so oil revenue. So most of these things are, and more importantly, you see oil marketers, because of this subsidy, most people don't import. Most people don't import, but they bring in documentations that they have oil, you pay them. So some people just come to the table to collect money without doing nothing. So this is part of what the subsidy removal is going to cure. We only hope that whatever money that we realize or generated from it will be invested properly.
Yes, that's why you and I come in. We're going to look at it now. How much has been saved from the subsidy? We know how much they import, how much has been spent before. Now that that amount is no more paid by government, then definitely it should be in the system.
Yes.
What is government doing with this money? That's why you and I come in now to now begin to put government on its feet. Just as Philip has said, all your few that are calling me, I'll be blocking your number one by one. Then I say I'll deal with the situation. Call me again now, those of you phoning me. I'm blocking your number. Call me again, and because you missed the opportunity of sending text. I will not read your text anyway. Why are you not? Let us please just obey simple instruction, please. So the way we can monitor these things now, so that as Phillips said, I say it's Phillips, we do not suffer twice again. Yes. We have already suffered before. Now this subsidy regime now be removed. Now we should not meet to suffer again. We should not be made to suffer again. Yes. They should ensure that all these things are done the right way. Yes. Seems there's another. No, okay, someone is calling. Don't worry, we'll be blocking you as you call me. You have no problem. As you call me, I block you. So that's all. That you give us some peace here while we do our things. Kingsley, the appointments so far, how do we see them?
Well, let me also commend President Buhari for being swift about his government. The direction is taking. It's beginning to take shape.
Tinubu, you want to say?
Yes, Tinubu, sorry. It shows preparedness or readiness on his part to deal with issues frontally. But having said that, I think he hasn't really made serious appointments so far, because I think Gbajabiamila was appointed as Chief of Staff. For me, it was expected, going by activities both during and after the election. One would see that Honorable Gbajabiamila was more or less the right-hand man of President Tinubu, and they have been together all this year. So it's expected that someone who takes such position will be the most trusted ally of the president. You know, he's not open to Senate approval. He's more of a kitchen cabinet. He is the ear and the eyes of the president, and every decision of the president, of course, may have to pass through his table, and whoever that wants to also get in touch with the president will also pass through him. So it's a strategic appointment. Nobody expects that he should appoint someone whom he barely knows. I'm also aware that, and for speaking about Gbajabiamila, of course, he was re-elected at the House of Representatives. Of course, another election is going to be held in that constituency for his placement. He has sacrificed his own mandate for, we believe, for the good of this country, and I wish him well. He has also done very well in terms of representation at his own level. You know, we can feel his impact within his constituency. Yeah,
let me just cut you.
I'm not trying to.
Wait. I know you don't expose yourself.
No.
Where do you stay?
No, I stay still.
You see, he's your representative. No. I'm going somewhere. It's positive.
Yes.
So you can attest to the goodness of that man called Gbajabiamila.
Yes. No. Generally, when someone performs well, there's
because
no reason
where
why
I'm going there
anybody
is
should
that I've
condemn.
crisscrossed this country.
Yes.
And I will say he's not top notch of all the representatives of those in the National Assembly.
Yes.
Some senators too don't behave. They
Yes,
did not
so,
touch their constituency the way.
Won his election without
He has always been winning.
Yeah, so I give it to him.
Because you need to see, Surulere is littered with constituency projects all
so
over.
We enjoyed the benefit of his presentation. I give it to him. So I hope that he's going to replicate this thing within the
now that
the
he's
new
chief of
position
staff, I want to believe that
more of advisory, you know, to his boss.
Not even advisory. The chief of staff is more. He's more in the area of executing government policies, ensuring that he sees that every work idea that the president wants comes to life.
Yes.
And since he is a grassroots, as I believe, with what he has done in your, I'm happy. I didn't even think about it when we invited you.
Okay.
No. You are a direct beneficiary of what Gbajabiamila has done.
So
and I want to believe.
Everybody's expectation now is that he's going to replicate
it all over the country.
Yes, across board.
Yes,
and,
replicate it all over the country.
Yeah, so, and we hope that President Bola Tinubu's presidency is going to be for everybody and for nobody.
Yes.
That was a catchy phrase Tinubu gave us, and it turned out that he belongs to a certain kind of people. You know? So we hope that
no,
this
you are
time
mixing
around,
it up. That's what Buhari gave us.
Yes, but he didn't live up to it. So we hope at this time Tinubu is going to belong to everybody and to nobody. But having said that, I think we also look at the appointment of Secretary to the Government of the Administration, former governor of Benue State. You know, we have to understand that Akume, I think it's Akume, was governor within the same period. Tinubu was the governor of Lagos State, 1999 to 2007. So they have worked together somehow, you know, within those 8 years. I believe they must have some relationship going, and by the fact that Akume also comes from Middle Belt, the Benue State. So it also shows that Tinubu is also, you know, going to have all those federal character, yes, in his appointment. He has started it in his own kitchen cabinet. So we expect that Akume is also going to bring something on board. You know, they have worked together. In fact, when Akume left as a governor with Tinubu in 2007, I think he also won senatorial bid in 2011, 2015, up until 2019, when he did not return. So there have been relationship. Like I said, this initial appointment, more or less, you know, should be president's people. You know, those he has worked before previously or in the past.
Let me just quickly cut you because of time. These appointments and even the way we see in the face of this government, is it now a hybrid government, the executive and the legislature? Because so far, those who are moving who are in government now are members of the legislature before. And of course, in their own cliché, once a member, a legislature, always a legislature. You hear them, like people like Gbajabiamila, honorable. Yes. Tinubu is a senator. Yes. Shettima, senator. Secretary to the government now, senator. And of course, they come from the legislative arm of government. No doubt, maybe Tinubu and Shettima and even this other guy, Akume, both of them were executive before. What do we expect from this type of experience now? And to me, they are core politicians now,
yes,
not a mixture.
I was going to say that.
And grassroots people.
Nigerian politics from the outset has always been determined or ruled by a certain kind of people. If you look at the trajectory of our democracy, it has always been the same people recycling either from legislative to the executive or vice versa. You know, there has always been, you know, the same set of people, you know, directing the minds of this country. So we hope that with the experience of those whom Tinubu is now appointing, whether they have been in government as governors or they have served in the capacity of lawmakers, so they should bring their experiences to board and ensure that Nigeria gets it better. It is long overdue. At every electioneering period, we have reasons to come here to, you know, say all the bad things about Nigeria, you know, as if there is no hope for this country. Everybody is emigrating outside Nigeria.
Tearing their passports.
It looks like some of us here are handicapped.
Or that we are in the jungle.
Yes, those who cannot afford.
Or we are in a hopeless street.
Yes, they're trapped.
Whereas life is getting better.
So we must begin to see things differently.
Yes.
You know, yes, of course, you must come into power through politics and election. But when you get there, you begin to see Nigerians as one. And it is also a clear call on the new government to ensure that they diversify these appointments. See, the benefit of this federal character, those who drafted the laws knew the wisdom behind it. That if you appoint a different, I mean, only the same set of people or section of people, you know, there is going to be pocket of agitations from other segments of society. So when this is done, everybody knows that this is
let me just come in. Let me just cut you. Sorry. The Tinubu that you have been hearing about, I'm sure you have never met him one-on-one, but you have been hearing about him. I'm going to fetch my question from a member of a party that was online that is trending, who gave a vivid description of Tinubu that, this is what he was thinking about Tinubu, but meeting him personally, talking to him as a member of the House of Representatives elect, had now changed his mind. You, my guest here now, the Tinubu that you have been hearing about, does this sound or look like a tribalized person or a detribalized person? Who will obey the federal character principle?
It is with respect, sir, it is too early in the day for anyone to have an informed opinion about
Tinubu. Okay, then. I guess that's what Ifeanyi too. Ifeanyi is talking, sent this message from Umwa here. He said, I marvel at the way people are suddenly trusting this man. All that is happening is aimed at setting up the right market for somebody who just set up a refinery. He mentioned the name, but I'm not going to mention the name. Right? We all know the person. Yes. But to me, if that's it or not, the issue is that a refinery has been set up to produce locally.
Yes.
That will save us the stress of depending on imported refinery. And we have been a promoter of setting up a modular refinery. And I want the tribe of Ifeanyi and all those who can do it come together. Only one man did his own. Let all of us to come together, the rest of Nigerians minus Dangote, let us all come together and set up our refinery. The market, one thing I like Nigeria for.
Society that works.
God bless you, sir.
Bringing the solution.
That's all.
Okay. But like I said, you having an opinion about the president.
Yes, it's too early in the day.
Yes,
it's okay. Where I'm just talking, where I asked that question is based on his so far. You know, the question is how far.
Yes, he has started
well. That's where I'm going. He
has started well. He has shown that he actually tested his hunger for this position. It has been given to him. So whatever he makes out of it is up to him.
Sorry, I'm laughing because I remember one of his statements when he brought out the Milokon song, that this has been his wish, that he wants to be the president of this country. Now the ball is in his court. Let him do the Maradona, let him do the Stephen Keshi, let him do the Amokachi, and Henry Nwosu, and of course, what's it now, Segun Odegbami, and Teslim Balogun. All these great footballers, let him, what's it now? Put his skills on the table.
Whether anybody likes it or not, Tinubu is the president of Nigeria as we speak, until otherwise said by the court. But as we speak, he's the president, and ordinarily, it's expected that everybody must rally around him. Whether you like his face or you don't like, I may not like him, I may like him. It doesn't mean that if he does something well, it is not what's commendable. You know, you can commend him for that. And if Nigeria is working, nobody cares. As far as I'm concerned, Nigerians will have short attention span. We may be growing and crying over subsidy or no subsidy. And there's a policy that comes and everybody benefits, or we are seeing the effect or the benefit of that subsidy. Everybody goes, but nobody cares. People move on with their own businesses. So the call is on Nigerians to also, much as they have a responsibility to hold this government accountable, they must also show support where need be. Everything is not war, being antagonistic. You know, you may not vote for him, you may vote for him. Whoever comes in after or did not come shouldn't be anybody's headache. The point is that Nigeria must be safe and secure. Nigeria must be food sufficient, we have food sufficiency. You know, government, there must be something to show that we have government in place. Good. So that is what average Nigerians want. Good.
Talking about security, I know that you are aware that the president too had a meeting with the security chiefs. Is there anything we should expect from that, the effect of that meeting with his security chiefs?
Well, it's expected that the new president is going to have a new set of security chiefs. We've had enough of this one for all these years. For whether they are good, without prejudice to their
performances or capacity, ability.
Yeah, they have come to their wits' end. We need to inject new blood
into
the system.
In line with the new mandate and the new mantra and the new status.
And also in line with federal character. You know, part of the problems we had, we were trying to solve when Buhari was there. We were trying to solve Northeast Boko Haram that's predominantly in the Northeast. And now from solving that problem, we created other bigger problems like banditry, Fulani herdsmen, kidnappers, now unknown gunmen, and all these unnecessary agitations for separatist groups. So some of these things are, I know, it goes into the disenchantment of a certain set of people in the country. So everybody, every geopolitical zone must be given a sense of belonging. President Tinubu shouldn't say that this party voted, this person voted, this group did not vote for me. No, you are the president of everybody, whether they voted for you or not. So you must show leadership, and you must show that every sector, every state, every region matter in your government. There is good and bad people in every way, even in every family. So you can't say you work, like Buhari said, he was going to work with people he knows where if they are only his family members. Nigeria is too big for that. So if we understand this, we'll be able to deal with insecurity that is cut across. We are no longer dealing with Boko Haram. As far as I'm concerned, we are dealing with several agitations or several insecurities fueled by agitations of people. So Tinubu, I have to repeat this, President Tinubu must belong to everybody and to nobody.
That's good. The president has to belong to everybody and to nobody. And in doing that, he was elected to serve the people. And I remember on his day of inauguration, he said that day was his happiest day in his life. Happiest day because, of course, he has dreamt that he wants to be the president of this country. It's not only Igbaladu, it's not only enjoyment of the paparazzi of the office. It's time for him to work. And we want him, in putting in his appointments, to put right pegs, right holes, right pegs in the right holes. And that means that he should appoint the right hand, people full of experience. So far, he has done so well. He has done it. He's done the good things. That the appointments, there are no noise. It means that people like the way and what he has done so far. We want to carry on and do the right thing.
And more importantly, I'm sorry, Wale,
for
cutting you short. More importantly, this government must try as much as possible to unite Nigeria.
Definitely.
We have become so divided along ethnic and religious lines, going to the outcome of elections. So we must begin to reach out to people for reconciliation. Because in the absence of unity, there will be no progress.
Now, I'll just hang it where my guests have said. Without unity, there can't be progress. We want all of us want to progress in life, and the only way we can progress is when we are united. Unity makes progress possible. When we are disunited, obviously there can't be anything. The Holy Book, in the book of Amos 3:3 says, "Can two work except they agree?" If we don't agree, there's no way we can work together. If we can't work together, then definitely we can't move forward. Nigeria is still the best country in the world. I am a Nigerian, and I beat my chest that Nigeria is the best country in the world. If all of us Nigeria work together, the world will come to Nigeria and begin to learn from us. So far, they've learned how to mismanage our life. And they've learned that we can mismanage the oil system. Now we want to manage the oil system. You know, everything Nigeria, people have predicted that we are going to fall apart. It hasn't happened. When Ebola came, they said Nigerians are going to die. Nothing happened. When COVID came, they said, we'll just be falling on the street, like that.
They said another one is coming.
If we make it come, nothing will happen. Less than 2,000 Nigerians died during COVID. In some countries of the world, 2,000 people, more than 2,000 people were dying daily. Daily. For you to know that this country is a great country. People like have confidence in this country. Please, let's work together and make Nigeria a better country. Till next week, please tell your people, Voters Forum, the light of politics is around. We are going to stimulate you. We are going to make you believe in this country. Those who don't want to work for the betterment of this country, we'll bring them to this platform. We'll call them to order. They must work for us. Thank God, subsidy has been removed now. So there's money for government to work with. They will tell us where they put the money. All of us, they are accountable to us. You make them accountable. Till next week, don't do what I won't do. Keep peace. Just be on the path of peace. Don't be against the law.